Hannah, I have feelings for you.
Oh, NISHA, you want a piece of me?
You're the apple of my pie.
I don't know what these people are talking about.
That's even better. I love it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Vegan View. We have a very special guest today. You probably know him from some other episodes. This is Russell, aka Roller Coaster Vegan. We will link the episodes he's been in down below if you are not familiar with him. He's been a guest host quite a few times, and we love having him.
I love being here.
Aww.
And you
real.
follow him on TikTok.
Oh my god, you can, but nothing's happening.
We
there.
just got introduced to TikTok, so we are on a TikTok high.
Yeah,
so
but
to speak.
You can follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Definitely follow his Instagram.
Lots of vegan inspiration there.
Yes.
And you're a very good taste tester, which is very appropriate for today's episode because we are testing some vegan pies that are super easy to find at regular grocery stores because they're not vegan brands, well, except for one, but they're just like regular pies that happen to be vegan.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And that's what we wanted to focus on today is like the accessibility factor of things because definitely there's a lot of vegan brands out there, but we know that some of you guys live in states where you don't have as many vegan options at your grocery stores. So these are things that we found at Target, at Albertsons, Ralph's, like Walmart, pretty standard grocery stores that are very much so widely available. So some of these your mom or grandma or dad might even have already bought and you didn't even know it was vegan. So you can partake in the fun.
Yeah, and we're gonna find our favorite of the bunch. So all of these are from Ralph's in where we live, and these two brands are actually, you can find them at Whole Foods, but they were also at Ralph's, which I think is really exciting.
Yeah.
Or Kroger.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or Fred Meyer, or whatever other banner Kroger operates under.
Winn-Dixie.
I think maybe, I don't know.
I think we should start on your end probably, because we have two apple pies. I wanted to make sure we got two so that we could compare and contrast.
Okay. So yeah.
So this one is, dun, da, da, da. This one is the Marie Callender's Dutch apple pie. I'm pretty sure my mom really loves this one. If
All
not,
right.
sorry, Mom.
It has a crumb topping that comes separate, and you just kind of crumble it on top before you pop it in the oven. It's really, really easy.
Super gooey.
Yeah, and
That's
we do
probably
have
how
some.
it gets so crispy, huh? 'Cause
Yeah.
you added on before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it would
think
get
so
too
too.
like.
And we have some vanilla ice cream because pie needs ice cream. And this is the So Delicious Very Vanilla Cashew Milk. I've never had the Very Vanilla. Have you?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, so we're gonna also be trying.
I've only
this.
had the kind of vanilla.
There you go.
Sort of vanilla.
Thank you. Okay, cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Woo, drippy pies.
Wow.
That tastes like America.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
Even though it's Dutch, it's so classically
Yeah.
apple pie.
It's
Yeah.
got nice big pieces of apple, and they still have a little bit of texture to them, so it's not
Yeah.
like it's not
Mush.
all mush. Yeah.
Yeah, for apple pie, you have to have that like classic thick slice. Otherwise, if you do like a diced, it's like a little.
Yeah.
It gets a little too mushy. It doesn't have that tartness with the sweet.
And then that topping, the crumble topping, has like a lot of flavor to it. It's like kind of buttery tasting. It's got a lot of cinnamon coming through,
Yeah.
and it just is like it's like so classic. It's very sweet though, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
Very, very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one slice would be good.
Yeah.
I'm like already good. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like, this isn't like world's fanciest apple pie, but that's
Yes.
fine. You don't need the world's fanciest apple pie every
like-
single time
it's
you have
like-
apple pie.
Exactly, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like cozy and
Yeah. This
For
is
being
classic.
store-bought, like,
this is cozy classic.
yeah.
Good.
what do we think of the crust?
I love the
I
crust.
think the
Yeah.
crust is nice.
It's a good crust.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I don't really see how it could get much better for a store-bought apple pie. Maybe it's 10. I don't know. I always like to leave a little room.
Yeah,
When
you don't want to go
first
too
one-
high.
Right, yeah. But definitely 9.5. It's up there.
Are we rating it on a scale of 1 to 10 based off of all pies or
No.
buying
No,
pies
just
from
like
the
a
store?
store-bought.
Okay.
we should say
Because I was gonna say,
Like, I'm in a
Right.
hurry. I'm going to vegan.
Okay.
I'm going
Yeah.
to a place that's not vegan, but I need a vegan pie. You know.
I think you should definitely pick up a pie like this and
Yes.
bring it to a non-vegan Thanksgiving because that's something that it's familiar
and
to
no one
everybody.
would even know. It
No
says
one
Marie Callender's on it. No one's even gonna ask.
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
no
not
one's
like
gonna be like,
a
"Oh, a
weird
vegan
vegan
pie."
dessert. It's
Yeah.
just a typical
Oh yeah,
pie.
if you came out and you're like, "What's up? I brought vegan dessert," people would be like,
Oh,
Yeah.
People would be like, "This is not vegan. What? Are you okay? Like,
"That's not vegan."
I I'm gonna give it a 9. I think it's so good and definitely comfort foodie and really good with the ice cream. But I think it is like ever so slightly. It's just very, very, very sweet. So I love it, but it's like
That's true.
overly sweet, but so good. So a 9. Good job.
That's true.
Yeah, this I concur. I was gonna say it is classic. Like that is such a classic pie. It tastes like classic pie. And it's so good with the ice cream too. So even without the ice cream, just being fair here, let's say for some reason you can't find ice cream, though I will say Target obviously has their vegan ice cream there, and I'm pretty sure Target has the So Delicious ice cream too. Anyway, I would say I'm leaving more room. I'm gonna give it an 8. But yeah, that's a solid option for sure.
I would say also having to give it an 8. It's very sweet, but it's great. I'm proud of it. Like
I'm proud of it.
Yeah, I'd roll up to a party with that. And
Yeah,
just
there's
be like, here's my pie.
I was gonna say there's like I feel like there's a hint of salt in here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The
Did I
crust.
taste that?
Crust
It's
is
the
like
crust.
buttery and salty.
Yeah, there has
Yeah.
to be.
I
I love-
Yeah, salt. Ha.
Yep.
Palate.
I love it though. I love when they put salt in desserts.
Yes.
Like makes it
Otherwise, it's just like gooey and sweet. You gotta
Yeah.
have something that's
balance.
Break it
And the
up.
salt doesn't make it salty, it just makes it buttery. Do you want to grab that one and show the box?
Yeah, sure. So next pie up that we have is raised gluten-free, and it is also a Dutch apple pie. So
This one's cool because you don't bake it. You just thaw and serve, which I think is a really cool element. And of course, you can warm it up in the oven if you want, but it's servable after an hour of thawing. So that's kind of a cool
Yeah.
little thing. And this brand I've seen at Whole Foods quite a bit, but now to see it at regular grocery stores
Yeah.
is very exciting because they have
Yeah.
a great, like the strawberry rhubarb one we like, the peach one is so good.
I know that we're cross-contaminating with wheat right now, but none of us are gluten-free. So
But what
I
an
didn't even
awesome
think of
thing
that.
that if
Yeah.
you do have celiac and you live in the middle of nowhere, that sounds bad. If you live somewhere that doesn't have like a health food store, you can get something like that.
yeah, I'm picturing when you said that just now. I'm picturing like someone just in the woods being like,
I
"Oh, I have
always-
celiac."
I always picture whenever I say middle of nowhere, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh my god, that shit. Oh
I'm
my.
smelling it. I, wanna
I
smell
am.
it.
Oh yeah. Let's smell it.
Okay.
That was too much.
I love the smell of like cinnamon and apples. It reminds me of fall
There's
and
a lot
winter.
of, there's more nutmeg in
Sweater
this one, too.
weather.
Yeah. Oh, it smells like an apple
this
cider.
one smells so
Yeah,
good.
apple cider.
Okay. Oh, should we put? We shouldn't put ice cream in this because it's just thawed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh
Cheers.
my god, I'm taking the whole thing at once.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That has like I would have preferred it as hot as this one,
Yeah,
Yeah, I would
but it
definitely
has
warm it
that
up.
tartness.
it does.
This one has a lot of
But
nutmeg.
it's
A
really
lot of
tart.
nutmeg.
Yeah, I was gonna say wait
Oh
a
yeah,
second.
it has a lot.
But I actually like it. I think this tastes a little bit more natural. It's like much less sweet. You get the tart
Fresh,
apples.
yeah.
It's fresh. It's fresh. But
Okay.
definitely warm it up.
There's citric acid in it.
That's
You're getting
why
tartness,
it's so tart.
Yeah, I was like, and there's ascorbic acid with the apples.
Oh,
It's generally, I think they
Don't
do
know
that
about
to try to prevent browning.
browning.
If I remember correctly, that acidity really comes through.
Yeah.
The crust is, because it's gluten free, it's a little bit powdery.
I was gonna say the crust is so much better on Marie calendars. It's like night and day. Unfortunately, like it's gluten free, so you
Yeah.
are gonna. But for
It is
gluten free,
very good though. Like for a gluten free dessert, that-
impressive.
It's very, and the sweetness I think is more balanced. It has the acidity and like a more kind of natural tasting spice. But I think if you want like a classic, sort of universally loved pie, you gotta
This
go for the
one.
Marie.
Gotta go to
flavor.
Marie.
Yeah.
Gotta
So
go
I
to the
would give
calendars.
that like around a 7,
A 7.
maybe 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, I think it's very apple forward versus sugar forward,
Yes.
which goes to the whole like more balanced sort of thing. But I think it's a little too apple forward. I think instead of tasting like pie, it sort of tastes like someone put a crumbly thing around apples, and then the acidity
yeah.
kind of throws me off. So I would actually, I want to put this like maybe like at a 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You don't have to be sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Be
I'm
honest.
proud of you for
But yeah.
speaking your truth.
Thank you.
Apple pie truth.
My apple pie truth. So yeah, I would give it a 5. It's not bad at all, but
Right.
but definitely yeah, it reminds me more of like it's definitely very apples.
They have other really great pies too.
Oh, the strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah, the strawberry
So
rhubarb is
good.
so good.
I'm gonna give it a 7 because I really, really like the apple flavor. I think it's a little like, it just tastes more real, I think, than the other one. But overall, like if I want a dessert and I want a pie, I want that one, you know?
Yeah.
So but it's all good.
I think I'll give it a 7 as well. I think it's a great option for like a gluten-free pie. I don't think you're gonna find anything store-bought gluten-free that's as good as that. And I do like that it's a little more tart and less sugary, but it's just the crumble and the crust on the other one.
Yeah.
And the little saltiness, like butteriness taste of the other one that's just so classic apple pie to me.
Yeah.
That's funny because for me, it's the apples that make the big difference. Is that
Really?
those are just like so. There's just something very like citric acidy about it. It's just like
Yeah, they're
very
very
sour.
Very sharp.
It's a sharp flavor.
Yeah.
Virgos.
Because
Okay, so next up we have the Dais New York style cheesecake, and there are many different flavors of this. There's a pumpkin, there's a key lime, there's a strawberry. This was the only flavor that they had at the regular grocery store, so that's why we selected it. And what's really cool about this being plain is that you can always add stuff to the top, like what we used to do.
Drizzle.
Yeah, chocolate drizzle or blueberry jam on top or fig jam. With
like a blank canvas.
Yeah, you can really do a lot with
You put
it.
little strawberries on it and like vegan whipped cream.
Totally.
Just be like, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's good, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Or you can just eat it in your underwear at 2 in the morning.
Whatever tickles your pickle.
Yeah. Fun fact, by the way, on Dais Cheesecake. They showed their new cream cheeses at Expo a number of years ago. And in order to show the cream cheeses, they made cheesecakes with them. And the cheesecakes were so good and they had so much good feedback from it that they were like, we might make cheesecake now. And at the time, they didn't have any frozen products. They weren't making the burritos. They weren't making pizzas even, I don't think.
No.
They might have been making pizzas at the time, I'm not sure. And so then the next year, they released Dais Cheesecake. So Dais Cheesecake ended up being pretty good. And honestly, I mean, we didn't try it yet, but I find the Dais cream cheese to be pretty rough. But I find their cheesecakes generally to be pretty good.
Oh, that's
It's
a good,
so
that's a
interesting,
good thing
yeah.
for people to know.
Well,
Yeah.
I find that their shredded cheese has gotten so much better
much better.
since
Yeah.
they reformulated.
Cutting
but-
board.
The cutting board,
Yes.
Available at Target. Use the app to see if they're in stock.
That's a really good tip.
It's
But I loved their frozen pizzas, but I never liked the shreds.
Mm.
So interesting how like you don't really like the cream cheese that much, but you like the cheesecake. It's so weird how it's like
Yeah.
different
You can
when
like cook with something or like make something into something else and it's like reformulated in a way.
This
You know-
smells so good because it smells like cream cheese, not like
Plastic.
yeah, like it's I don't know what you expect. Like it's just vanilla.
it smells like cheesecake.
but it has like that cream cheese cheesecake smell.
Situation.
You know? Yeah. And there's
All
some
right.
on the floor showing.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm just gonna pick it up with my hand because I'm
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Yep.
Wait,
It has that like,
it has a
but
Dais.
so faint. Like, I'm not even gonna complain about that.
There's like a flashback back to that fateful day. Faithful? Faithful.
I don't know.
Fateful.
Yeah. And I was like, what's faithful? It could have been a faithful day. I don't know.
It does.
I was
it's
faithful.
very distinct. That very distinct day of taste.
Yeah,
But it doesn't bother me as much
As
with
it did
this
with
is that
flavors.
because it's better or because we're used to it?
I think because when the flavor
starting to get
isn't
it more
super
and more.
overpowering and like you just get like a little hint of it, it's not as bad. But like it's a little more off-putting when you're like,
Flavored.
yeah,
Like when
trying
you
to flavor something.
yeah, like
Like the pumpkin one, I remember it just tasting like so strongly, like this little aftertaste.
well, the other thing I had problem with the pumpkin one is that, you know, I think it was maybe clove that's in it. It's just like one of the spices was way too strong.
Yeah.
So you're eating it and you're like, what? You're just like and it like covers your whole palate,
Right.
and then you can't taste anything else. But this is it's
This would be
naked.
so good with like some homemade strawberry sauce on.
This with the when you get like crust in the bite, it is so good, and there's a proper amount of salt in it, so it's really balanced. Like it has a cream cheesy flavor and not just like vanilla custard or some kind of like vanilla dessert. It's definitely like a strong cheesecake flavor.
Yeah.
I want to give this to a non-vegan and get their opinion.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure they wouldn't like it.
Yeah, you're like
Really?
no.
Yeah,
I'd be
think they wouldn't
interested
like
to
it.
see.
But for real, like I don't know. I'm gonna plug another YouTube
Because cheese
thing,
is
but
so like
Please do.
is
Yeah.
so hard to replicate.
Have
know?
y'all watch Good Mythical Morning?
Yeah.
So Good Mythical Morning.
I'm the only one.
You're like, what? So yeah,
They do those like
they
taste
did-
tests blind.
they did a vegan cheese taste test this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
No way.
They did. And
Nice.
oh my god, Rhett, is it Rhett? That's the
Yeah.
one that's not gluten free, dairy. He can't have dairy. He's lactose intolerant, but he eats it anyway.
Yeah.
He's
I
the
did that for a
bearded
while.
one, right? That's Rhett.
Yeah, Rhett is the
Okay.
bearded.
I got this. He held up the Dais cheese and said, this one's actually my favorite. I think this is going to be like the one that I want. And so he obviously, like, they tried all the other ones, and I won't reveal what happened, but it was funny to watch. And also he kind of went through the thing. He was like, now when you have this raw and it's not melted, just know it's a little rough. And I was
Yeah.
like, it was so funny. Someone commented like me every time I tried to explain Daya.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
True.
But their cutting board is definitely a little less like that. But when you're saying about like, you think they'll hate it, it's so funny. And the reason, and Daya is still a bestseller.
Yeah.
People actually do like it that aren't
Yeah.
vegan. I know.
I think
That's
the
funny
texture
because
has
like
a lot to do
all
with
the
it.
Daya that I've served non-vegans, they hate. So it's just like so surprising to me, but maybe they're just haters.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely people
Watching
who do hate
this,
it.
hi.
Hey, you
Called
Daya
you
haters.
No, I had pizza we did a movie night with friends last night, and
Yeah.
we ordered pizza from this pizza place, this local pizza place that uses
Yes.
Daya. And I'm always shocked because I'm like, you guys probably don't want any, but like, feel free to take some. And they always eat it, and they're like, oh my god, it's so good. I'm like, that's not even like the best vegan
Yeah,
cheese.
that's like
Yeah, I think for us as vegans, we have such higher expectations now
Yeah.
because of how
Yes.
many brands we have available. Whereas for them, they've never had vegan cheese
And they're
generally.
expecting it to
yeah,
be disgusting.
it's true.
And then
just
they
like
have
when
it and
we
they're
first
like, oh,
started
not bad.
eating.
Like the first time I had Daya, I was like, this isn't cheese, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
And then I kept eating it and like,
This will do.
yeah.
Well, that's why I asked, because like I feel like the day, like there's like a sort of trademark Daya flavor that's
Yeah.
very distinct,
Yeah.
and it does come through. But again, like if you get a little bit of the crust, I think
Don't
it's
really
like
mind
pretty
it, yeah.
balanced. Yeah, but again, I don't know if that's because we're used to it. But I do really appreciate the creaminess of the texture.
And
I'll
it's
cut-
just so simple. Like,
And
what
it's
an easy
not
thing
too
to
sweet.
take out and just be like, here's the cheesecake.
Yeah, you just like let it thaw.
Yeah, literally.
You can get one of those like Target in the like $3, $1 section. They have these cute like mini cake stands. That would be so cute.
Yeah,
with
you
that
just
on a little
cute.
plate.
Yeah, and especially when
Something-
it's frozen, you just go.
If you
Pop
plate
it over.
something cute, like,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna want it.
Have some like a bowl of strawberries and some dark chocolate, and
Cute.
like let people enjoy. I feel like that'd be so great.
Or if you want to get decadent, you make a homemade chocolate hard shell, pour it over the top.
Yes, just add coconut oil. Turns it into hard shell.
Bam. Or olive oil
Nice.
if you're getting fancy.
Olive oil, yes.
All right, I'm gonna
Okay.
give that a 9 because I think the only thing that would make it better is if it didn't have that slight little Daya taste at the end. But other than that, it's so good. Also, I don't know if we mentioned that it's gluten free. Did we mention
Yes.
that?
Wow.
So
Gluten-free in the middle.
and
Another
soy free.
another great option for people with allergies.
Wow.
So yeah,
I'm gonna give it the same. I thought it was so good, and I like that it's not overly sweet. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
a nice
perfect.
texture and a nice salt. It's good.
I mean, it's good. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. And it is a nice option to have that's available in so many places. So also, I think I'm going to give it an 8.5.
I will also give it a 9. It was great. Everything they said, ditto.
did
Everything ditto. Now to the one that we're all the most excited
Oh, I love cherry pie.
She texted me last night and she was like, "We got a cherry one, right?"
I feel like I woke up from my sleep. I was like, cherry pie.
I'm not sure if I've ever had cherry pie.
I was gonna say
What?
I hope you don't hate me, but I generally don't
don't
like
like
cherry
cherry pie?
flavors because they generally taste like medicine
Hannah's
to me.
gonna cry.
Hold me.
I like fresh cherries a lot.
I
What?
love fresh cherries.
Okay, I do think cherry is like one of those things you either love or hate.
I don't like artificial cherry, so I guess
I love all cherry.
I'm in between y'all, literally.
But the first ingredient in the filling in this is cherries, so I'm expecting it to taste pretty cherry. Is there like cherry?
I love how
flavor
you
in
say
it?
cherry like a northeaster. Cherry.
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 Cherry
There's
baby.
like
Cherry, baby.
Knife.
The cherry.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll take that knife.
Knife.
Oh, yeah, so
Are we
this is-
passing the knife correctly? I don't know.
No, my mom would say put it on the table and
Yeah.
pick it up.
Oh, really?
That's
Put
bad
it
luck.
on the table and pick
All
it
right,
up.
so this is the Marie Callender's lattice cherry pie with an extra flaky crust made from scratch.
And while she's cutting that, I'll go ahead and tell you from
How
the
is it made from scratch?
Well,
If it's-
it isn't.
They're liars!
According to PETA, we have a couple more options that are easily found at grocery stores. So Claim Jumper, we'll put a picture up here, has a bunch of apple pies, as well as the Marie Claire, or not Marie Claire.
Marie Claire has pies?
Marie Claire,
Marie
Marie
Callender.
Kondo, lots of Marie
Very
K.
confused.
Every Marie has a pie. It's just
But
a Marie thing.
Marie Callender has also a cherry crunch pie, so it has like a crumble topping. There's a Dutch apple pie that we have, also a Dutch, a lattice apple pie, and a razzleberry, which is like a mixed berry pie.
Now I want to
all
see
from
13
them.
going on 30.
Oh, I love
Razzles.
Razzleberry. Aw. I never had one until I saw that movie, and then I found them at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Man, I really just
Good start.
went
Such a
for it
random
with
place
this.
to get a razzle.
Honestly, I feel like you could find anything at Bed Bath &
I
Beyond
know.
sometimes. You're just like walking around and you're
Truly.
like,
This looks
Truly, they
Pop
have
chips?
everything.
yeah.
Pop chips?
It's like seeing a friend in an unexpected place. You know what I mean?
Pop chips? What are you doing here?
You're like, oh, hi. It's been so long.
What are you doing next to this Bed Bath & Beyond towel display?
Oh my
You
god.
also like Bed Bath & Beyond towels?
Wow.
Wow.
Wait, oh yeah, let me get some.
I already know you're gonna hate it, Russell, but I love it.
Oh yeah, I can tell. I was
I can
smelling it
smell the
and I was like,
artificialness and I
Yeah,
love it.
I smelled it and I was like,
This.
medicine. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's so good.
Mm.
Oh, it's so sour
It just tastes like
and
pie.
sweet
It's so good.
and juicy.
I like that better than the apple. I really don't taste that artificial cherry.
It's
It's
immediate
probably because
and
I've
then
eaten so many sweets today. I feel like I'm gonna die, but
I feel like it
This
came
is
in.
so good.
I feel like it's really
I'm getting
good.
this. I'm getting it. You can't stop me.
I feel like it came out immediately, like that flavor, and then it like settled down. I don't really hate it.
You like it.
I was
admit it.
scared. It randomly tastes like butternut squash to me.
Are you okay? I think that the balance of flavors is a lot better than the apple one because there's tartness,
yeah.
but it's not overly tart, and there's sweetness, but it's not overly sweet.
And I
then
like
you
the
get
lattice because it has more salt in it.
Yeah, buttery, flaky, but like that's kind of absorbed some of the cherry juice, so it's
Oh,
very.
it's so good. 10
Yeah.
out of 10.
This
These
is
are
very
super, like, the ingredients list is not very long.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to point out that we saw in the article. A lot of these frozen pies that you'll
good.
find at the grocery store, an easy way to see if they're vegan is one to check the allergies thing because it's usually in bold. And this one just says wheat. So obviously people who are gluten intolerant can't have it, but it doesn't have milk, it doesn't have eggs.
And
so you can just
ingredients are pretty simple to read.
yeah, you can quickly check it. And then also they said to check for cholesterol because most vegan desserts,
Yeah.
unless they have coconut, won't have cholesterol. So that's a really good way to be like extra
Coconut
sure.
doesn't have cholesterol.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's
It
no.
doesn't? I
No.
mean, saturated fat.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
saturated fat.
Yeah,
But yeah, so there's no
if coconut has cholesterol in
vegan
it.
desserts. So
Someone
you can
snuck
always
lard
check
in there.
it. For a frozen pie, this is a 10 out of 10.
It's so freaking
So
good.
good.
I would not even attempt to make this because I would F it up so hard that I would just, I mean, buy it. It's so easy.
Because I don't really like it. But here's the thing.
You said you liked it.
Here's the thing.
You're confusing.
I feel like I don't like cherry pie. I've determined.
The principle.
But I feel like I have to at least give it a 5 because it's not terrible. I feel like if you like that flavor, you
A
would
5
like
is
that.
a meh.
For me, I'm not like running. I want this way more.
Really?
I want this way more. I gave this a 5, and I feel like that was appropriate.
Okay.
So here you go. I gave it a 5. I'm so sorry, but if you like the cherryness, obviously they're giving it 10.
I like it's
That's very
it's
aggressive.
a 10. It's delicious. I really like it. I think the lattice crust would be great on the apple pie.
And they
and
do make that. They just didn't have it at the store.
I think this was definitely my first cherry pie because I used to really, well, I still do. I don't like cherry flavored things,
Yeah.
but that was great. I liked it. I like the butter flaky crust.
I want to put a
like the
note
cherry.
on my rating. I gave it a 10 out of frozen pies.
Yeah, we all.
Oh, we
know
all did,
very
yeah.
I just
close
want
on
everyone
that.
to- I don't
Homemade
think
would
it's
be
like-
better, obviously.
It would be
Yeah.
more real, but it's so good for what it is. It's
But
so
I
good.
couldn't home make this better. So for me, it's like
So good. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Let us know if you can find any of these pies near you or if you found other vegan-friendly pies in your area at places you wouldn't think to find vegan things. Check out Russell on Instagram.
Thank you.
Check out our YouTube channels, Instagrams, our individual ones, as well as this one. We have an amazing Facebook page, and we'll see you soon in a new video.
Bye.
Bye.
Hannah. I was having a moment.
This is vodka.
Don't tell them our secrets.
Can you imagine?
We're having a fun day.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Are you running for office?